Culture and immigration is a big part of Yesler as a community. This is because Yesler is an active community with many different cultures, languages, and clothes, making those of Yesler, non-citizen and U.S.-born citizens, diverse. So in this year's film, we explored how Yesler comes together in various ways, such as events and more.
Or 17 years old. All 17 years of my life. Culture can mean different things to me. It can mean rituals, it can mean cuisine, and it can mean traditions. Yeah, I think Yesler community embraces the culture a lot. Like the other day, we had a Yes Fest, and that brought many other people to the community, and it showed others the culture. I feel like in different communities, it's very segregated and it's all one race. But in the Yesler community, it's diverse, and that shows the kids and the youngins to be open to different cultures.
My name is Izana Kasahun. I'm 23 and I help manage MMRTI. Some important symbols of my culture are the clothing like kamis, food like injera, as well as the different religions that are involved. A lot of Ethiopians and Habeshas are really religious. We also have things like bunda time or coffee ceremonies where people come together throughout the community, or your neighbors come together, drink coffee for a long time and just catch up and talk to one another. I was born in the Bay Area, but some challenges I've seen from my mom and family members are just assimilating, learning the language, learning how to get a job, raise your kids here, because it's a whole another world for people that come from another country. So just learning how to adapt and how to raise your kids with American and your country's, I guess, culture. Sometimes it clashes, so it's a struggle for people to learn how to kind of balance both sides. The different support systems would be your family, people like your neighbors, people that you're able to just get help with raising your kids or answering questions, because a lot of the times people who live by you know a lot of this or have been through the same experiences as you, so getting help from them, as well as places like community centers. I know there's an Ethiopian community center, Eritrean community center, Somali community center, so different places like that can help you get resources, as well as for example, I've had my grandma come over from Ethiopia and help out. She played an essential role with like teaching us how to kind of learn more about our culture. So just having resources from people as well as organizations like SHA or the City of Seattle, where they have people that will help you kind of adapt and assimilate to American culture.
The big things about Yesler is that you have two dynamics happening here. You have a group of residents that were here pre-redevelopment, which is that long-standing commitment to residents staying in the neighborhood, and so right there in itself you have a culture. You have the existing culture of various groups, but then you have a new developing culture that is coming to Yesler as we definitely open Anoki, Sawar, and then soon Juniper. We have a growing, expanding culture that's happening, and so I think we're on the precipice of really trying to establish that framework about how do we invite neighbors to the table, how do we invite people to build community, how do we do that. And I feel like we're in that process of right now is establishing those norms, and I feel like that's the exciting part that we're seeing. We're seeing more and more residents participating in new faces, new people, new cultural affinity coming into Yesler, and so it's pretty exciting to see the culture grow as we see changes across the globe and the need for more affordable housing. In Seattle being one of many places where people are finding their new homes. Immigration has a huge impact on the community. You're seeing a larger, diverse group of people from all over, and I think we're becoming this kind of home for people from very diverse groups. It's quite impressive about just the rich diversity of groups here. I think next year for Taste of Yesler, we're probably going to have 3 or 4 more extra groups providing different taste of what they their cultural identity, and so I look forward to it and finding out learning about these new strengths for these communities.
Well, I'm from Eritrea. In Eritrea, there's 9 ethnic groups, and I'm from an ethnic group called Terrace. So I guess to start with, there is the importance of community, and then there is the clothing, traditional clothing that we wear. And then there's the food, we call it akalit. That's our main traditional food. I would say I taste a lot, because in Eritrea, to get out of Eritrea as a teenager or as a person who is older than 5 years old, then and younger than 45 or more, like you're not allowed to get a passport. So you have to escape the country to kind of leave the country for a later future. And we were a bit more lucky because our visa was already ready. But there's a lot more people who actually stay in camps, stay there for like years, and then if they got the chance to, and if they were lucky, they would leave the country. But it was really hard to come to America and just to get introduced to a different culture and adapt to a different culture. It's completely different from the culture. So yeah, so there are a lot of events. We do a lot of events. That's one of the big things. One of them being Yesler, list of Yesler, and then the resource, the back to school, the Yesler. So during that time, we share a lot of cultural food, cultural songs, cultural dancing, cultural clothes.